The quantum coordinates made no sense. Maisie stared at the navigation screen of her dying scout ship, watching the numbers flicker as her pursuers closed in. The Varathian collective wanted her dead or worse. They wanted the classified data she'd stolen back. Data that proved they were engineering a plague to wipe out half the galaxy's sentient species. Her ship shuddered as another energy bolt grazed the shields. Red warnings cascaded across every display. She had minutes, maybe less. Computer, show me nearest habitable world, she gasped, her blue-tinted skin pale with exhaustion. Scanning. One planet detected. Warning, Class 5 death. Indigenous species present. Technological level pre-FTL. Perfect, Maisie whispered. The collective had protocols, strict non-interference rules with pre-FTL civilizations. They wouldn't follow her there. They couldn't risk exposure. She punched in the coordinates just as her shields failed. The ship screamed through the atmosphere, hull plates peeling away like paper. She barely managed to engage the emergency landing thrusters before everything went black. Michael Chen was having a perfectly ordinary day hiking in the Cascade Mountains until a meteor streaked across the sky and crashed half a mile from his campsite. Except meteors didn't usually leave glowing purple trails, or emit a sound like distant singing. His scientific curiosity overrode his common sense. 20 minutes later he stood at the edge of a crater, staring at what was definitely not a meteor. It was a ship, sleek, organic looking and currently on fire. Something moved in the wreckage. Michael didn't think. He scrambled down the crater's edge, grabbed the emergency fire blanket from his pack, and began beating at the flames. When he finally pulled open the twisted hatch, he found her. She was humanoid, slender with skin that shimmered between blue and silver, and eyes too large and dark to be human. She was also dying, her breathing shallow and labored. Hey, stay with me, Michael said, pulling her from the wreckage. Her weight surprised him. She was far lighter than she should be. Her eyes focused on him with obvious effort. You shouldn't. Collective will come. I don't know what that means, but we need to get you help. He hoisted her onto his back, blanket wrapped around her, and started the trek back to his truck. Can T.hospital. They'll find, she managed between gasps. Michael made a decision he'd probably regret. My place then. I'm a biologist. I've got a decent lab set up. 3 days later, Maisie was conscious and furious. You have no idea what you've done, she said, pacing Michael's basement laboratory. She'd recovered with shocking speed once he'd figured out her biochemistry needed a different oxygen ratio and synthesized the right supplements. The collective will detect my biosignature eventually. This collective, Michael said calmly, running another scan. They sound like bad news. Bad news. She laughed bitterly. They're an empire spanning 40 star systems. They have weapons that can crack planets. And I stole proof of their genocide plans. Michael looked up from his screens. Then it's a good thing you're on Earth. Good. Your world is primitive. No orbital defenses. No quantum shields. No. We don't have any of that, Michael interrupted. But we have 7 billion angry humans who really don't like being told what to do. Maisie stared at him. You don't understand. One collective destroyer could level your cities. Maybe. Michael pulled up a file on his tablet. But I've been studying your ship's database. You left it in translation mode. I've learned a lot about the galactic community in 3 days. You know what I noticed? Every species out there evolved on nice, comfortable worlds. Paradise planets with stable climates and friendly ecosystems. Your point, Earth isn't like that. Earth is a nightmare planet where everything is trying to kill you. We evolved fighting megafauna, surviving ice ages, dealing with diseases that should have wiped us out. We're persistent predators. Maisie, we don't give up, ever. That's insane. Michael grinned. Yeah, we get that a lot, apparently. Your databases are full of notes about avoiding Death World species. Thing is, those notes are old. They're from before humans figured out nuclear physics, before we touched our own moon. What do you think we could do if we knew there was an empire out there planning genocide? Maisie sat down slowly. In the collective, there was protocol, hierarchy, order. Chaos was eliminated. But looking at this human, this Michael Shea saw something her people had forgotten. Defiance. They'll come, she said quietly. Not tomorrow, but eventually. Let them. Michael's eyes were hard now. You've given us time to prepare, whether you're meant to or not. That data of yours, I've been sharing it, carefully, quietly, with people who can use it. Scientists, military analysts, people who ask the right questions. You what? Maisie stood up so fast her chair toppled. Do you have any idea? Yeah, I do. I know exactly what I've done. I've given humanity a heads up that we're not alone and that someone out there needs stopping. He stepped closer. You came here to hide, but maybe Earth isn't a hiding place. Maybe it's a rally point. Maisie felt something she hadn't experienced in years. Hope. You'll need help, she said finally. Understanding the technology, the politics, the are you offering? She met his eyes. The collective took everything from me. My career, my home, my future. If Earth is crazy enough to stand against them, and then yes, I'm offering. Michael extended his hand, a human gesture she'd learned meant alliance, agreement, trust. She took it. Welcome to Earth, he said. Fair warning, it's a but it's our depth world outside. The stars wheeled overhead, indifferent and cold. But in that basement laboratory, two beings from different worlds had just changed the galaxy's future. The collective would come eventually, but they would find something they'd never expected. A planet full of stubborn, clever, absolutely unhinged survivors who'd just learned they weren't alone, and humanity was done hiding.